Well, what an anticlimactic end to this season. Is it just me? Is it just me? Anyways, let's get into it. Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 16, episode 17. If I were to rate this episode out of 5, I'd rate this episode probably a 2.7 out of 5. Like, this was very anticlimactic. I'm happy it's over. I'm just happy it's over with. I mean, we got the reunion next week, I believe, but like, just get this season on out the way. Oh my god, like, ugh. Anyways, so let me start with some water, cause, and this is gonna be a real short review, cause like, really, when I say this was anticlimactic, like if you feel like this season, not this season, but this episode didn't give what it was supposed to give for a season finale, let me know in the comments down below. But let's start out with what happened. So Kelly is with her daughters. They making breakfast, okay? We got a clip of Ralph asking Drew to come out the basement to go play the piano. I'm just kidding. He ain't asked to go play the piano, but when he came out the basement, that's the first thing he was doing. But anyways, we'll get into that, okay? And Britt and her man are manifesting a private jet. Yeah, manifesting, because they can't buy it, or I imagine they can't rent it either. I think it's safe to say that they can't rent the jet either. I don't know, but it is what it is. It's wasting that man's time. Like, girl, just to sit in the damn jet. Girl, I don't know. How much did it cost to sit in the jet? $250? Piss me off. Anyways, Kelly's sister comes in. I didn't know Kelly had a sister. Was she on the show before? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention too much. But Kelly's sister comes in. Okay. And she asks her about her new restaurant that she's trying to open. Okay. Because Kelly's trying to open a new restaurant on the other side of town. Love that. Love that. Love that. Black business, baby. Okay. So basically, Kelly tells her that it's not happening. It's not happening anytime soon. Okay. Her finances, in the words of B. Simone, are just she's paying for court. Okay, she got all these babies that she got to pay for. Like, baby, it's just not happening anytime soon. And I could have seen that coming, girl. Okay, so, and then we're not plugging the restaurant name. I'm just saying, Kelly, this might be your first and only season of being on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I take the opportunity to plug my restaurant's name every chance I get. However, I've heard her shout out Williams Sonoma more than she's shouted out this restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's only towards the end of the episode that I learned this restaurant's name. Maybe she said it before, but I don't think she's mentioned this restaurant enough. She keeps calling it the restaurant. Girl, when you mention your restaurant, say Nana's Chicken and Waffles. Why am I just now learning what the restaurant is called because they put it in the little PowerPoint at the end of the fucking episode? Girl. Anyways, ooh, Kelly. Girl. Like, I was like, is she like not legally allowed to say the name of her restaurant? I was just so confused, but it's okay. It's okay. Okay. Ralph, next scene. Ralph is playing piano upstairs because he was granted permission to come upstairs. Girl, like, what is this? We learned that the kids are not even in the house. They're with Drew's grandmother in Chicago. Not the grandmother, but her mom, I think. Is it with the mom? Grandmother. They're in Chicago. Okay, they're having a ball. I'm so confused as to why Ralph is still in the house. I'm just saying, like, if it's really about the kids, then if the kids aren't in the house, why are you in the house, Ralph? Anyways, so basically they have like a little short scene. They talk about their co-parenting agreement and whatnot. Like, just bullshit like that. We really did not need to see this, but okay. They agree to have a healthy co-parenting relationship, and that was that on that. Phaedra has a man. His name is Shay Shay. Chi Shay Shay. I don't know, but he's tall, dark, and handsome. Okay. So they roll up to a vineyard. Okay, and she says that she's known him for 4 months. 4 months, baby. Me personally, I don't know if I'd be so ready to invite a man onto a show, You know, granted, Real Housewives isn't as like, you know, popular as it used to be, but still people watch it. And you got to be careful about that. I don't know if I'd be able to, like, if I'd be willing to if I'd be willing to invite a man that I've only known for 4 months onto a show that, you know, that's semi popular. Get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not willing to share the spotlight with you that quick. Get what I'm saying? But I commend Phaedra for showing her personal life. You know, like, we could talk shit about Phaedra, but, like, you know, she's only been on for a couple episodes and she's done, I'd say, more than Portia has. You know, she's thrown an event. Okay, the Black Glove event. All right, she showed her kids, you know, what the kids were up to. We got into her personal life. She's showing this man that she's with right now. Get what I'm saying? Um, yeah, yeah. She's filmed inside of her home, like, you know. And granted, we'll get into it later on. But anyways, Portia filmed inside her home for a little bit at the end of this episode, like a quick little 2 minute. And it's like, girl, keep it. Keep. Want to film inside the house at the end of the fucking season, girl? Bye. Anyways, all right. So she's with Che. All right. Takes her to the winery. Okay, and then she invites him to the Oakleys event. Okay, the Oakleys are gonna throw an event. It's a charity event that we're gonna see later on. Next scene, Britt has her family. I think I'm probably skipping some scenes. But yeah. I'm just doing it from my notes and like my recollection, because like this episode was so anticlimactic. It wasn't even worthy of taking notes. Okay, Britt has a family reunion at her house / Airbnb, because I don't think that's, you know, you can't. I don't think that's her house. I just don't know. I don't know. Okay. So she's saying that her family hasn't been over or something like that, or they haven't all been together because her man Mike, I think that's his name, his family was there too, and she mentions that they haven't seen each other, whatever. I'm like, your family hasn't been to your house yet? I was just so confused. I'm like, anyways, but based off of how Britt has been conducting herself this whole season, I wouldn't be surprised if most of those people weren't really her family or Mike's family. Get what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised. Baby, it is what it is. I was so scared that we'd probably get another Tyler Perry moment from her family. I was like, okay, let me hold my breath a little bit, because they replayed the clip of her sister screaming into the phone, and I was like, oh, okay. Forgot all about that. Okay, and then on another note, her mom now lives with them now, so that's that. Okay, I mean, like, with the Brooke scenes, it's like y'all could have really cut this girl at the end of the. They could have really cut this whole scene, really, because Britt's not even gonna be at the reunion. What's the point of doing this? I don't know. Y'all could have played Angela and Drew's meetup with Marcus for that little time slot, but whatever. That's how y'all want to run the show, Bravo. I'm gonna let y'all do it. If you like it, I love it. Anyways, so they make an announcement at the table, Britt and her man, that they're gonna have a ceremony of some kind, I guess, because she mentioned that they didn't get married. Well, they got married during COVID, or did they get engaged during COVID? But either way, they didn't have a ceremony, I guess. So they're gonna plan a ceremony and everybody's invited. Okay. And then she reveals that they're gonna try for a baby afterwards. I was just so confused. I don't know why people do that. Why do you guys announce that? I don't know. Why do people announce, especially to their family, that they're trying for a baby? I don't know. Especially to the family. Like, your homegirl's like, okay, yeah, we trying for the baby, girl. Be prepared. You about to have a little niece, nephew, whatever. Cool. The family? I can't imagine. Girl, pulling family together and just announcing like, hey, we fucking raw, basically. Like, girl, what? Anyways, if you like it, I love it. Anyways, Charles Oakley, the event. No, before we do that, let's talk about Portia. What's her sister name? Lauren and Phaedra. They meet up. They talk about Londi, and baby, Lauren was on the phone when Londi passed. How traumatic is that? That's traumatic as hell. Like, baby, you certain things, trauma is crazy, because I remember I was in a car accident, you know, and still to this day, I could hear when that car hit me. Like, girl, like I could still hear the noise. It is what it is. Like, trauma is so crazy, but like to be on the phone when somebody is passing away, you're gonna hear the last moments forever. I guarantee it. Like, oh my god, I felt so bad for Lauren, so bad. But they include Phaedra in the funeral process or whatnot. And I thought, okay, cool, that's cool. See what I'm talking about, the promotion. Like, Phaedra got her funeral thing going on. Like, girl, promote that. Like, you gotta be like on it, like screen time. That's valuable. Get what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Like, you can't not rely on a Real Housewives of Atlanta check only. Get what I'm saying? I mean, you can, but it's smart to have other business ventures and then promote them on the show. It is what it is. Angela went to a therapist to talk about her relationship with Charles, and I'm confused as to why Charles isn't there. I thought this was supposed to be some kind of couples therapy, but maybe maybe it is good to go by yourself a little bit. I don't know. She talked about her relationship, the houses and shit like that, Charles' investment in the houses, and the fact that the houses weren't selling as quick as she'd want them to. But that's being a realtor or whatnot, you know? It's a gamble. You're not going to get a return on your investment every single time. You're not going to make mad profit every single time, baby. And I feel like with Angela, she did too much all at once. Like, all these houses, girl, why didn't you just start with like one or two? Get what I'm saying? Like, 5 so far, 5 that we know of. 5? Girl, no. Start small and then, like, girl, keep going. I don't know, but I don't know. She was just doing a little too much all at once. And Charles was like, yeah, I'm not trying to invest in all these houses like that, and you not selling them, boo. I don't blame Charles. It is what it is. But anyways, the Charles Oakley Foundation event. Okay, we skipping right over that. Not the event, but they had a fundraising goal of $50K. I feel like that was a little low, but it was doable. Get what I'm saying? Like, I would have been so mad if they didn't hit $50K. Get what I'm saying? Cause the way these ladies rolling, yeah, y'all could, each of y'all, I don't know about Britt, but each of y'all could at least give. So there's, I'm not too good at math, you know. And then there's other guests too, get what I'm saying? So, but the ladies alone could have raised $50K. They could have donated $50K. It is what it is. All right. Shamia walked in looking like Assassin's Creed. Pissed me off. But to be fair, most of the girls' looks weren't giving. I'd probably give the best dress to, of course, Portia. Portia gonna get it right every time. We do not have to worry about Portia when an event is coming up. Okay, Portia gonna get it right every time. Who else? Phaedra's look was cute. She had like a little updo. It was giving deja vu. The dress was cute. All right. And then like Britt, she kind of sort of made it. Like, the bottom of her dress I did not like. I think it was feathers. But the top part, it was cute. It was cute until it got to the feathers at the bottom. I was like, what the fuck? But decent. Cynthia, she had a black dress on, and if it was all black and just simple, she would have passed. But she had this like pink ruffle shit going on, and I'm like, oh girl. But anyways, and then Kelly, she wasn't too bad either. But the thing about Kelly is that she likes to wear these big statement pieces. that just swallow her up. Like, it's okay to, like, I'm not saying tone it down, but like, what is this big, she had this big thing just emerging from her shoulder. I'm like, girl, leave that on the runway. It's like, no. But it is what it is, you know? Say lo que say. Who else? I can't remember what Drew had on, but I'm sure it was a mess. Yeah. I think the thing with Shamia is that I think she dresses horrible on purpose so that we talk about her. Kind of like, you remember when Cynthia used to wear like terrible wigs, questionable wigs? I'm sorry if you can hear, you know, cars passing by, bitch. I live in the hood. Like this video to get me out the fucking hood. But anyways, Cynthia, she used to wear terrible wigs, okay? Back in earlier seasons, and then like we used to like flame her on that all the time. But I feel like she used to do that on purpose. Cause girl, I feel like Shamia is really playing with us. Shamia is really playing with us because she has the potential to wear stunning outfits and stuff like that. Last episode, she looked beautiful at Phaedra's gathering, her event. I don't know what happened here. And then she insisted on keeping that hoodie on. Pissed me the fuck off. Pissed me the girl. I was like, I'm so glad this season is over. I don't now have to tune in and see Shamia's questionable fashions every fucking week. But let's see if they get picked up for the next season. I don't know. So what else happened? They honor Portia in Londi, I guess. Because if I don't know, was the honor for Londi or Londi and Portia for the work that they do with the Hosea Williams Foundation? Now, I don't too much know about the foundation or what they do, but yeah, I you know, I have the honors. Okay, so Portia goes back to the seat. She makes a speech. Okay, she does her little speech on the stage. It was heartfelt. She shouted out her cousin Londi, and then she went to go sit down. When she was sitting down, she just starts crying. The tears start coming out. Okay, and this is not no fake crying. This is like real tears. Okay, because we all know Portia could fake cry at the drop of a hat. Like, ugh, girl, it'd be killing me when Portia be fake crying. You could actually tell, but this was real tears. Okay. So they all get up from the table to come for her in the hallway. Was it the hallway or the bathroom? I don't know. But they go comfort her. All right. Now, keep in mind, this was right after Londi died. Okay, I don't think they even had the funeral yet. But, you know, going about your day after losing like a loved one or something like that, baby, it is so hard. I can attest to that. Like, whew, grief will come out of nowhere. You might think you're fine, you're having fun, you're talking and kikiing with your friends, and then like it'll be the smallest things that send you into tears. Okay, it's like I felt so bad for Portia, so bad. Ooh, grief is a motherfucker. But anyways, after that, the ladies go and have a little sit down. So they raised 107, was it 107,000? Yeah, they raised 107K. Well done. That's how you do charity, Brit. Okay. Come on, charity. All right. And Angela brings up, you know, the stunt queen from last episode. So Drew and Angela had a meeting with Marcus previously. Not previously. We didn't even see the meeting in its entirety. They flashed back to it. But yeah, they had a meeting and then they, you know, made up this plan to bring Marcus in, and that's exactly what they did. Okay. Angela alludes to the fact that maybe it was Kelly because it was Kelly's event. Girl, I don't know. And then she alludes to the fact that it was Britt because her and Britt haven't been on the same, you know, page for a little while. She did say the girl had miles on her mouth, so maybe this was her way of getting back to her. But, you know, Marcus comes in. Drew ushers Marcus in. And Charles comes out of nowhere and was like, yeah, you need to go home. You need to leave. You need to leave. Okay. So, Angela was like trying to calm Charles down because Charles was like, what the fuck is this? You over here lying on my name and shit like that? Is like Charles was ready to get it on and popping, like, but Angela basically says that he's he could stay, he's cool. Marcus apologizes and whatnot, and from there, Marcus sits down and reveals who put him up to the stunt. He says it was Phaedra, like we all suspected, I guess. I feel like, not for nothing, this whole situation was staged either by Angela, the whole cast, or isn't on it, or production. I don't know. It was just giving so fake. It's like, okay, all right. He says it was Phaedra. They were connected through somebody named Junebug. Okay, and that was that on that. Portia says she believes that Angela did this to herself. I can't help but agree. It just, nobody was taking it seriously. This was so stupid. It was just like, ugh, okay. Like, from the previews, I don't know if y'all remember, but the previews made it seem like some shit was gonna go down at this event, but nothing really went down. The girls were arguing. Everybody was talking on top of each other. I couldn't too much hear what the fuck was going on. That's that on that. Okay, so from there they wrap it up. The season finale PowerPoints come up on the screen, and I'm gonna just go down the list. Kelly is divorced, basically, and she's planning on opening her new restaurant in summer, spring. You seen it? I don't know if y'all seen it. The little shade, spring, summer, winter, spring, summer, fall. The Sheree Whitfield shade was in there, baby. I hollered. Okay, Britt is trying to open up a new insurance agency and release her line of fajas. Does that even matter? Get that out of the way. All right, Drew is still getting a divorce from Ralph, and then Ralph is still in the basement in the sky. Girl, that was so stupid. Okay. Gerald and Shamia got a new surrogate, and they are still trying for a baby. Okay. Phaedra is supposedly adding new jobs to her resume. What jobs are those? I don't know. What else is Phaedra doing? Girl, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, she's not that damn booked and busy. She was able to, y'all were able to, she had enough time to come back to the show. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. I don't know. Angela sold 3 houses and lost 2. Okay, and she's planning on selling handheld fans. What was it called? Fangelas? Yeah, it is what it is. At the end of the episode, we get Portia in her house. She's filming a little bit, of a walkthrough type of thing. She's on the treadmill. We see her closet. Miss Diane comes over with a medium-sized pizza. Yeah, I'm just kidding. She ain't had no pizza. But anyways, they revealed that Simon was in ICE custody. And yeah, that's it. That was it. Girl, what are we going to talk about at the reunion? Girl, that was it. But anyways, if you like this review, give this video a like. Tell me what you thought about the episode. Did y'all expect more? Because I expected more. Okay. Share the video, and that's all I got for y'all. Y'all have a nice night, evening, day, whatever time you're watching this, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.